Okay guys, so we're going to talk about the order of operations. So you've probably learned about Pemdas before, but those are the letters that help us remember the order of operations. So the first is the P, which stands for parentheses. The E stands for exponents. The M and the D, if you've noticed, I've grouped them together because they go together. They stand for multiplication and division, but multiplication is no more important than division. It's whichever one comes first, left to right. So if there's division before multiplication left to right, you would have to do the division first. And if the multiplication came first, then you would do that first. And then the final step is the addition or subtraction. And again, they're equal, so you go left to right. Whichever one comes first, left to right, you would do that first. So addition is no more important than subtraction. I have some sample problems. This first one is 3 plus 4 times 6. I don't have any parentheses, and I don't have any exponents, so the P and the E don't apply. I do have multiplication or division. Right here I have 4 times 6, so that's going to come first. So that equals 24, and then I still have this plus 3. So now I do my addition, and 3 plus 24 is 27. On this next step, I have addition, and I have multiplication. I have 9 plus 8 in parentheses, and then a times 3 at the end. Usually multiplication would come first, but because of the parentheses, it means we have to do this first. Whatever is in parentheses has to go first. That's why the P is first. So I would do 9 plus 8 first and get 17. And then I would take whatever that answer was and multiply it times 3. And 17 times 3, we do it out. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So my final answer would be 51. For this last one, I have exponents and I have subtraction. So I'm going to do my exponents first, and then I do my subtraction. So 7 squared is 49. Oh. Because remember, in exponent, you multiply the number times itself. So 7 times 7 is 49. And then I do my subtraction, my minus 10, and I get 39. We're going to do a few more. I have 2 squared plus 3 times 5. Now I have 3 different things happening in this problem. I have 2 being raised to the second power, that is an exponent. I have addition and I have multiplication. If I go through the order of operations, I have to do my exponent first. So 2 squared is 4. I'm just bringing everything else down so I can see the rest of the problem. I would do my multiplication next. I would do 3 times 5 and I would get 15. I'm bringing down the rest of the problem so I don't forget about it. So I'm left with my addition, which is now 4 plus 15, and I get 19. I have another problem, which is 7 minus 10 in parentheses times 3. Now I have subtraction and I have multiplication, but because my subtraction is in parentheses, I'm going to do that first. 7 minus 10. Now be careful here because 10, I can't take 7 away from 10 without going negative, so I'm going to keep change. So I have 7 and negative 10. I subtract my digits and keep the sign of the bigger number. So I have negative 3. And then I still have the times 3. I haven't done anything with that yet. And negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. So the answer to this problem would be negative 9. And I have one more. In this one, oh, that's wrong. It's supposed to be divided by. I have 9 divided by 3 minus 4 times 6. In this one, I have division, I have subtraction, and I have multiplication. Well, my multiplication and division are going to come first, but because my division left to right, like I'm reading a story, because division comes first from left to right, I do that first. 9 divided by 3 is 3 minus 4 times 6. So now I have subtraction and multiplication. I'm going to do my multiplication first. 4 times 6 is 24. So I have 3 minus 24. Now, 24 can't go away from 3 without going into the negatives, so I keep change. And now remember my integer rules. I have more negatives than positives, so my answer is going to be negative. And 24 minus 3 is 21, so my answer to this one will be negative 21. So that's just a little refresher on how to do PEMDAS. If you have any questions, make sure to ask.